Good morning. Happy today. Happy today. We are in another, if you can hear the wind, boat life. Boat life, babes. You never, ever, ever know what to expect. I know it looks blue right there. Maybe if I get out, you can see that it's actually super rainy and stormy. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. All right, gorgeous ladies. How are we today? Giving my wee as a thumbs up. We'll take it. Take all the thumbs up, all the hearts, all the wee-wees, all the likes, all the shares, all the things. Allison, good morning. Thank you for the hearts. Feels like a little girl, right? When you give the hearts and the la-la-la. I love it. Allison, good morning. Elisa, good morning. Katrina, bonjour. Elaine, bonjour. Lily, bonjour. All the girls. Elisa, bonjour. Said hello to you twice. Stephanie. Oh, so beautiful. And you know what's also been really, really fun? I really want to honor all of you that have been here. Stacy, good morning. Happy today. All of you have been here. You're like my, I don't know, what are you going to call them? My live babes, my live femmes, all of you that are here on a consistent basis with me in this time zone. And how gorgeous you've been also in welcoming the ladies that I think have been a little bit on the outside, maybe watching, because sometimes I see that there are like maybe more people here than are saying hello. And those of you that have leaned in and ladies in waiting, those of you who have leaned in and kind of you're like brand new, but you're peeking in and you're saying hello, I want to honor you and acknowledge you. Because I know it can sometimes feel like, gosh, they all know each other, and I'm just going to lurk out here, and I'm just going to peek, and we're just going to see what this is all about. And you're welcome to do that, and you're also welcome to really lean in and just say hello. Just say hi. Say hi. Happy today. And it was also gorgeous to see where you were all coming from. So continue to do that if you haven't shared yet where you're coming from in the world when you join us, whether you're live or whether you're on the replay. It's been really, really beautiful to see that. The wind is a little scary, I think, to the girls. So someone is sneaking up right behind me. I know, babe, you're okay. I told her. She tried that before I started, and I said, get down. She does. She's like a little kid, like a toddler. Oh, mommy's on the phone. I can get away with it. All right. Ilona, happy today. You just went to have a morning dip in the ocean? Oh, my. Cold water plunge. My last swim of the season, I think, we'll see what happens, but I'm pretty sure, was this past weekend. It was beautiful, though. The water was still really gorgeous, still really warm. How is it where you are? Toddler phone moments. Mom, can I have it? No, she's on the phone. Fine, just go. Take the thing. Take the thing. Take the whatever the thing is. What did they used to be? Goldfish, right? That was my era of momhood. I know they still exist, but it was really like, take the goldfish. Goes cold. I was wondering how the little girls were doing in the stormy weather. They're having a little bit of a time. I mean, overall, they're pretty good, but it's been, it's been a little intense few days, so that's why she's hiding behind me. All right, shall we? Shall we? Again, welcome. Happy today. I'm going to tell you something. I have a little secret mission today. I'll tell you later. Today's a special day. Okay. Father, Mother, God, Lord of all creation. Thank you. Thank you for the courage to ask for what it is we desire and surrender to what it is we require. Thank you for the opportunity to expand our minds in the direction of truth, letting go of any illusion, any fear, any withholding. Thank you for the knowledge, the wisdom to wait in the divine unknowing until we are called, until we are led, until we hear that resounding holy yes. Thank you for the opportunity to exist in the miracle, to perform the miracle, and to simultaneously receive the miracle. We ask that today is filled with miracles, with all things happy financial surprises, happy beauty surprises, happy, what kind of surprises do you want, ladies? Happy love surprises, happy surprises all around for everyone. This or something even better for the highest good of all concerned. Amen. Amen. I sat yesterday, I don't know if you saw my Instagram, but I could feel that something was really coming through me. And I've been talking to Dave about this for the last couple of days. Like, again, those of you in Beyond Your Wildest Dreams are going to see some real behind the scenes of this journey. And the fascinating thing that I don't know, I really wasn't expecting it because I hadn't really thought about it. When you step into such a big dream that has been in your desire, in your heart for so long, and it happens, it's really an interesting, special moment of gratitude, of acceptance, of, oh my gosh, now what? How do I from here expand my capacity to receive? How do I from here continue to reflect my joy and happiness in the world from this new identity, from this new point of receiving, from this new point of gifting, from this new point of creation? Again, if you are in Le Mystère, you know that we talked about on that vision call, the extension of the mind and the truth, and we all know this, the truth that anything outside of us is not going to bring us happiness. So then, the way with which we create is from a state of wholeness, that we reflect our happiness in the world. And as we live into the physical world experience and allow ourselves to receive something that's really called our heart and soul, the expansion of the new. So I've been in that space. And I went and sat yesterday because I could feel something coming through. And it was really fascinating to watch myself want to hurry the process with God. You ever do this? Have you ever done this? Okay, God, what do you want me to do? What now? I'll do it. Just what is it? Move a little bit in that direction. No, that's not it. Okay. I'm going to wait. Move a little bit in that direction. No, that's not it. Okay. This is a condensed version of my process for the last little bit. It really came in yesterday. Okay, I'm letting go. I'm doing nothing. I'm letting God lead fully. I'm doing nothing. I'm not going to make any plan. I'm not going to put any energy towards it. I'm just going to wait. And maybe it's nothing. Just right now, it's nothing. And I get this. I get up to go walk from where I was. In my mind, I was going back to the boat. And it was like, no, go this way. Fine. Okay. I've been asking for guidance, and the guidance comes. You're like, no, I wanted the epiphany of like, this is what you do. This is what you do. This is what it looks like. This is the next vision. Da, da, da. I want the epiphany. We want this, right? It's like, no, walk this way. Don't go back to the boat. Walk this way. I'm like, my mind a little bit, my intellectual mind. There's nothing that way. there's nothing over there. There's not even a cute cafe. There's nothing. Okay, you said you were going to let God lead, so we're going this way. Okay, we're going this way. Find a bench. There aren't any benches over here. I know there aren't any benches over here. I've walked over here before. I'm looking. No benches. No, keep going. Okay. Oh, look. There's a bench. Sit on the bench, journal, pray, meditate. Huge idea comes through, and I'm like, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Okay. Have you had this process before? Yeah. We're going to talk about this in the next resting activation, which is going to be dropping really soon. So you hear me talk about when we're live together in these spaces, as we're here for Elegant Femme's guide to ACIM Chic 365, I will always talk about what's going on inside of Elegant Femme, how you can take it deeper, the ways with which I share to integrate these truths inside of ACIM in the world, because it's what Elegant Femme has been doing since the beginning. Not following along ACIM, following along truth in my expression. So if at any point you want to take it deeper, please know we have so many places for you to do that. And Le Mystère is what's going on right now. And yeah, it's really a powerful, powerful live activation energy for any woman who is wanting to say yes to her next level of desire, of purpose, of surrender, of letting go of control and allowing her big, beautiful soul-led life to be beyond anything she could imagine while honoring her heart and soul. So that's what that's about. All right, gorgeous ladies. Yesterday, we had lesson 95. I am one self, united with my creator. I said this a lot yesterday. I am one self, united with my creator. I am one self, united with my creator. Oh my gosh, I have so much I want to tell you. I am one self, united with my creator. Lesson 96. I wrote at the top of this lesson, liberation. I have a feeling I know where I was when I was reading this originally. Salvation comes from my one self. Salvation comes from my one self. I love this, Karen. Live you fully, totally transformed my life. I guess I was so ready to. Yeah. Salvation comes from my one self. Although you are one self. Remember we talked about this yesterday. One self, together, united. Yesterday at the end was I am one self. You are one self with me, united with our creator in this self. I honor you because of what I am, because of what God is, who loves us both as one. So although you are one self, you experience yourself as two. Breathing in, breathing out, as both good and evil, loving and hating, mind and body. You experienced yourself that way, right? Have you ever, I even had a client explain, we've seen this in the cartoons since we were little, right? An angel on one shoulder, a devil on the other, and it's like, who do I follow? Right? We experience ourselves in these two energies. This sense of being split into opposites includes feelings of acute and constant conflict. There aren't a lot of places, I believe, where this is talked about, where, and I mean, these are the conversations I have with Dave, I've had with my boys. You know, when you're in those really intense moments in life where, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it because why hold back now? Where you literally feel like you want to die. I'm just going to say it. Where the pain is so deep inside. And it's scary to even say that out loud, right? It's scary to think it, let alone say it out loud, where you are in such angst inside. And it could be because something outside has happened. Or it could be, which is really the truth of it all anyway, that something inside is out of alignment and the pain is so deep that it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to tap out. I know I just went there, but what else are we doing? You know what I mean, right? Where it's like, this hurts so bad. This hurts so bad. I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to play. Get me out of here. And we think, get me out of the physical world, right? Get me out of here. This isn't fun. But it's all here. Yeah, get me out of here. But it's get me, really what's happening underneath is it's get me out of the illusion of separation. This hurts. Get me out of the illusion that I'm not connected to love, because this hurts. It's really a call back to ourselves. It's really a call back to the loving. It's really a call to reflect to us like, I want to go home. Have you ever said that? I want to go home. I want to go home. And again, there can be a physical feeling of like, I want to leave this earth plane. I want to go home. But really, it's all here. The mind wants to return home. Okay, we just dropped that in. Okay, let's see. I'm going to keep reading and then I'll read the comments. All right. I love you all being transparent and real, because that's why we're here together. We're here to heal. We're here to clear. We're here to remember. We're here to go all in. Okay, this sense of being split into opposites induces feelings of acute and constant conflict and leads to frantic attempts to reconcile the contradictory aspects of this self-perception. You have sought many, many solutions, and none of them have worked. The opposites you see in you will never be compatible, but only one exists. The fact that truth and illusion cannot be reconciled no matter how you try, what means you use and where you see the problem must be accepted if you would be saved. Remember, we had that lesson before. Let me recognize the problem so that I may recognize the solution. And underneath that lesson, like, let me recognize the problem has already been solved. Meaning, let me recognize that although I ache because I feel like I'm separate from love, the truth is I was never separate from love, and nothing could separate me from love. No act, no thought, no physical world experience, nothing that I've done, nothing that has been done to me could take me away from the truth of who I am and where I exist and where I reside. Nothing could separate me from the loving. The Course says the only problem is the illusion of the separation. We see it as the money, the argument, the relationship, the war, the politics, no. Only the illusion that you're separate from love. That's it. That's the only problem, and that problem has already been solved. Until you have accepted this, you will attempt an endless list of goals you cannot reach, a senseless series of expenditures of time and effort, hopefulness and doubt, each one as futile as the one before and failing as the next one surely will. The chasing energy. Oh, this will fix it. This will fix it. This will fix it. This will fix it. This dream, this amount of money, this man, this thing, this president, this thing, this will fix it. This will fix it. This will... Problems that have no meaning cannot be resolved within the framework they are set. Two selves in conflict could not be resolved, and good and evil have no meeting place. The self you made can never be yourself. The self you made, lowercase s, can never be yourself, capital S. Nor can yourself, capital S, be split in two and still be what it is and must be forever, and must forever be. A mind and a body cannot both exist. Breathing in and breathing out, okay? Breathing in and breathing out. A mind and a body cannot exist. Make no attempt to reconcile the two, for one denies the other can be real. If you are physical, your mind is gone from your self-concept, for it has no place in which it could really be part of you. If you are spirit, then the body must be meaningless to your reality. Okay, let's take this in for a minute. We're going to unravel the body-mind conversation more and more as we go. What I would encourage you to consider, number one, always, always, always listen to your inner teacher. Listen to your inner teacher. Listen to your inner knowing. See what's present for you inside of this. See if you can listen to the nuance in between instead of the black and white of, what are you talking about? My body is here. I've been taught to love my body. What are you talking about? Don't tell me my body doesn't exist. There's value in this. Everything. Two things can be true at once in that context. the Course would say only one thing is true. What I'm saying is that there's a nuance inside. What it's saying ultimately is you are not your body. Your body doesn't go around walking, having experiences without you. Your mind, we talked about this in La Vision, day 3. Your mind is what experiences. Now, this doesn't mean that we ignore the body, that we forget the body, that we go to the extreme. This is my belief, okay? Everyone's going to have a different experience of this. The reason that I'm doing Chic 365, Elegant Femme style, because I don't believe that we just completely ignore the body and don't take care of it at all. We learn to take care of it and prioritize it in a different way, without obsessing about it, without trying to control it, without giving it a purpose that it's not meant to have. What do I mean by that? I mean, so many of us have given our happiness. We've told our bodies it's responsible for our happiness. We have given the purpose of our bodies, the purpose of making us happy. Our happiness does not reside in our body. It resides in our minds, and our bodies follow. So a reprioritization of, hold on a second, who's in charge? Who's really in charge of my happiness? It's not my body. So many of us have given our body the job of making us happy. Do this, look like this, feel this. It's our mind that directs. Okay, I have a lot to say about this. Spirit makes use of the mind as means to find its self-expression, and the mind which serves the spirit is at peace and filled with joy. The mind that serves the spirit, the mind that serves the spirit, the mind that serves your soul. This is why in the end, is this something my soul is seeking to experience? Ha. Prioritizing. Who's in the driver's seat? Is this something my soul is seeking to experience? The ego's concerned with the end result. The ego's concerned with, does it fail? Does it succeed? Is it going to make me look good? Is it going to make me look bad? Am I going to be criticized? Am I going to be misunderstood? Is it going to make money? Am I going to lose money? How much time is it going to take? How much money is it going to take? How am I going to manage it? How am I going to sustain it? What if I get hurt? What if I get disappointed? This is the ego conversation. The soul, is this something my soul is seeking to experience? That's it, the experience, not the end result. Oh, I have a lot to share. It's coming through, ladies. It's coming through. Its power comes from spirit, and it is fulfillingly happy. Hold on. It is fulfilling happily its function here. Okay, let's take a beat. Spirit makes use of mind as means to find its self-expression, and the mind which serves the spirit is at peace and filled with joy. Its power comes from spirit, and it is fulfilling happily its function here. We know this feeling. We know it. We know it. We know it. Yet mind can also see itself divorced from spirit and perceive itself within a body. It confuses with itself. Without its function, then, it has no peace and happiness is alien to its thoughts. Where are you residing? Okay? It doesn't mean you don't utilize your body to support a means of communication, of growth, of expansion, even a reflection of joy, but it's not the source. Yet mind apart from spirit cannot think. It has denied its source of strength and sees itself as helpless, limited, and weak. Dissociated from its function now, it thinks it is alone and separate, attacked by armies, massed against itself and hiding in the body's frail support. Now must it reconcile unlike with like, for that is what it thinks that it is for. Waste no more time on this. Who can resolve the senseless conflicts which a dream presents? When the Course reflects or talks about a dream in this context, it's talking about the dream of not being awake. It's talking about the dream of separation. Okay, it's not talking about the context that we speak a lot about inside of Elegant Femme of, oh, what is my dream? I'm dreaming. Like, in a beautiful context, okay? It's talking about separation. What could the resolution mean in truth? What purpose could it serve? What is it for? Salvation cannot make illusions real, nor solve a problem that does not exist. Perhaps you hope it can. Yet would you have God's plan for the release of his dear son bring pain to him and fail to set him free? So again, some kind of verbiage that could be rooted in Christian context, depending on what your background is. Just, we can lighten that up a lot by, would you have God's plan for the release of us, which is the remembering of who we really are, instead be stopped with the illusion of separation? Okay. Your self retains its thoughts. Your self, capital S, retains its thoughts. Its real thoughts, the thoughts it thinks with God, the thoughts it thinks with life, the thoughts it thinks with love. Love created me like itself. Your self retains its thoughts, and they remain within your mind and in the mind of God. I am as God created me. The Holy Spirit holds salvation in your mind and offers it the way to peace. Salvation is a thought you share with God because God's voice accepted it for you and answered in your name that it was done. You will remember. You will remember. Thus is salvation kept among the thoughts your self holds dear and cherishes for you. We will attempt today to find this thought that you're connected with God, that you are one with God, that you are love, that you are light. We will attempt today to find this thought whose presence in your mind is guaranteed by him who speaks to you from your one self. Our hourly 5-minute practicing will be a search for God within your mind. Salvation comes from this one self, through God, who is the bridge. Actually, that's not correct. Salvation comes from this one self, through him who is the bridge between your mind and it. Talking about the Holy Spirit there. Wait patiently and let him speak to you about yourself and what your mind can do, restored to it and free to serve its will. Begin with saying this: salvation comes from my one self. Its thoughts are mine to use. Salvation comes from my one self. Its thoughts are mine to use. Then seek its thoughts and claim them as your own. These are your own real thoughts, the real thoughts you have denied, and let your mind go wandering in a world of dreams to find illusions in their place. Here are your thoughts, the only ones you have. Salvation is among them. Find it there. If you succeed, the thoughts that will come to you will tell you you are saved, and that your mind has found the function that it sought to lose. So again, saved as in you're remembering. Saved as in you're safe. Saved as in you never left the mind of God. Saved as in you are love. Saved as in you can let go of the illusion that you are weak and frail and that you just die. That's what it means by saved. Yourself will welcome it and give it peace, restored in strength. It will again flow out from spirit to the spirit in all things created by the spirit as itself. Okay. Again, there are some lines that are so poetic, that are so beautiful, that I feel like just even pouring your energy, like even if you let go of everything else that's been said today in the practice, in the lesson, and you hear this and you play with this inside of yourself will welcome it and give it peace. Restored in strength, it will again flow out from spirit to the spirit in all things created by the spirit as itself. So beautiful. Your mind will bless all things. Confusion done, you are restored, for you have found yourself. When you're moving through the practice period, sometimes, let me know if you've had this experience where you're trying to, you're saying the lesson, and you're trying to, again, understand the lesson. You're like, okay, I'm trying to find the thing. I'm trying to understand the lesson. I'm repeating the thing, and you can tell you're in your mind. And then you let go and you begin to breathe, and a feeling of peace comes over you. A feeling of relief comes over you. It doesn't even make sense why. It's not like you intellectually understand something differently. It's like you just allowed something to go in. That's how I invite you to consider approaching this lesson, and really any lesson going forward, as we've talked about, letting go of the intellectual mind, just being with it, and opening up the space for something inside of you internally to shift. It's a feeling that occurs, not an aha, an intellectual like, oh, I get it. Sometimes that happens, but more, even when that happens, it's a feeling with it. You don't need to have that for the feeling to be like, okay, I don't even know what just happened, but I feel different. I feel at peace. I feel relaxed. I feel a relief. I feel a space inside of me. Your self knows that you cannot fail today. Perhaps your mind remains uncertain yet a little while. Be not dismayed by this. The joy your self experiences, it will save for you, and it will yet be yours in full awareness. Every time you spend 5 minutes of the hour seeking him who joined your mind and self, you offer him another treasure to be kept for you. Each time today you tell your frantic mind salvation comes from your one self, you lay another treasure in your growing store. And all of it is given everyone who asks for it and will accept the gift. Think then, how much is given unto you to give this day, and it be given you. So again, some Christian kind of verbiage and context there. However, which isn't a bad thing, right? That's a beautiful thing. But again, depending on your history of things, we can tend to look at things through religious context. It does not need to be a religious context at all. If it serves you that way, that's perfect. That's beautiful. Utilize your inner teacher. If it doesn't, that's perfect. That's beautiful. See beyond any kind of religious context and into a deeper truth of what the Course is bringing forward, because as it shares very clearly in the very beginning that this is not about religion, it's about a way to truth, and it is not the only way to truth, it is one way to truth. So you see how that honors and what that feels like inside of you. Okay, how are we? Okay. All right, gorgeous ladies, look at the comments going wild today. I love this so much. I remember the date of wanting to go home. It's been such a full living journey since. I know that pain all too well. That was me for most of my lifetime. Yeah, I've been there, absolutely. Jesus on the cross reminds me of the words Jesus shared about experiencing the separation. Leva, when human beings desire death, they desire new beginning because we know we are eternal and live in cycles of different incarnations. Life is not easy. Desiring relief. When separate from love, all is challenging. Yes. Yes. When I was a little girl, I used to cry and pray to God to go home. I made a mistake and I did not want to be here. I understand. Un abrigacho. Oh, yes. I feel that. Just want to get away. Yeah. I hear it. All of this is so beautiful. Expands and gives the details of the how. I experienced this phenomenon yesterday and spoke to a very disheartened friend from that space of true connection to being one with love, and it was a miracle. So gorgeous. I'm actually less intellectualizing the Course and feeling more peace. Oh, that's everything. That's everything. It's everything. We are so trained to feel like we need to understand, or that, let me say it differently, we are so trained to think that understanding means a certain thing, right? We've placed so much value on the intellectual mind, and there's nothing wrong with the intellectual mind. It certainly supports us and serves us in the organization of things inside of the physical context. The intellectual mind supports us with that. The intellectual mind supports us in the expression. And yet, it's not where the true wisdom comes from, right? The true wisdom is beyond that. There's just a knowing. There's just a knowing. And so when we can let go of that gatekeeper of I have to understand, it has to make sense that way. You know what I mean? And just into the, I'm just going to let myself feel this and expand into this and just let go of any expectation or need or desire even to understand. And I'm just going to let God lead and see what happens, see what opens. So we've been on for a little while today. So I'm going to complete. But I was reading yesterday the teacher manual again. I was reading it last night. And I do want to bring it forward. So stay tuned. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I might do it inside of the Women Living Fully group and just deepen the conversation in there. I think that's what feels right and congruent. I don't know when, but keep your eyes open because I feel like there's a beautiful place for us to connect and take things deeper and even ask some more questions about where you are inside of yourself as we move through this. Okay, so keep your eye for that. Again, happy today. Tomorrow is Frenchy Friday. I am on a little bit of a secret mission that I will tell you more about. Enjoy this day. Play with this. Feel this. Feel this opportunity to feel yourself just as good and not as good and evil and just as good as your one self and see what occurs. See what occurs. All right, let's see the comments. Oh, I love how you all connecting. Oh, wow. My children had meetings on Skype from all over the world. I didn't understand why, but Mom, you said you wanted to die. Ay, ay, ay. Wow. Yeah, we've all been there. I don't know that there's a single person in the physical experience that hasn't felt that. Like, I just want to go home. We get to talk about that openly. We've talked about that openly with our kids. So, because it sometimes feels so isolating when you feel that feeling. Like, is there something wrong with me? Did I do something wrong? This feels really, especially if you're a very spiritual person, like, oh my God, I can't even believe I'm having this thought. Everyone's a spiritual person, right? If you're attached to the spiritual identity, oh my gosh, that's such a horrible thought. I'm a bad person. What's wrong with me? I'm going to hide this. I'm going to keep it in secret. No, when we really look at what it is, that it's a call to remember the truth of who we are, that it's a call to transcend the illusion of separation, then we can put things in perspective and we can support each other in a much different way, in a much, much different way. All right. I love you. I love you. Thank you for being here again. This is a joy. This is such a joy. I still can't believe we're doing this. Day 96, ladies. We're going to be together till 2030. And I love it. It's perfect. It's perfect. All in divine timing. Have a beautiful, happy today. I will see you tomorrow.